Underway, the door opened for the team that would prepare the wooden panels for the shade structure.
This is Local 567, the apprenticeship of Painters Allied Trades. What we're doing here is we're brushing penetrating oil all over all of this stock. We are hand brushing everything once here, and then once it's all built, we're going to go out there and do the same exact thing. The product itself is preservative wood, and we have already gotten 2 Saturdays into this. We're going to be finishing up hopefully next Saturday, it looks like, and then we'll just wait for the carpenters to go and build this place.
The Painters Union apprentices would ultimately put in more than 250 hours to prepare the wood for construction. With that accomplished, the carpenters could begin their part of the work.
In order to maintain a higher quality of the end product for the Nature Conservancy, what we've done is designed and built a jig table to maintain a consistency from part to part. What the students are doing currently is they're actually assembling what will become the shade panels that go on top of the structure. There is a varying width to the interior 2x4 pattern of this that goes from 30% to 80% shade to take into consideration the movement of the sun and the shade that people would like to enjoy when they're sitting inside the structure.
With the panels completed, the carpenters' apprentices moved to the next stage of construction, adding copper strips to the panels.
The students are weaving the copper in the roof panels and the siding panels. Right here is the blueprint of the roof, and they're all categorized and by number and by letter. And what we're going to do now is we're in the stage where we're screwing down and securing the copper, and then from here they will be stored to a side, then transported by a flatbed truck to the job site where they'll be installed after the concrete has been poured on the columns.
The Shade Pavilion project has given a great opportunity for the apprentice carpenters to have a real live project to be working on with the architects, the project managers, and seeing it develop as it goes from one stage to the next, and see that plans change throughout the project. And this is a real world scenario. That's what happens out on the job sites.
What appeals to me about this trade is that you learn something new every day. There's never a day where you don't learn something. Even a journeyman carpenter, you're always learning. You can't know it all. Not for some people, but you know, it's for me because I like to work with my hands and I like to work with tools and create stuff that I can see and appreciate.
Currently, we have about 8 women in our program. This is a great alternative for women. They're able to make an acceptable living wage, benefits, retirement plans, and if they don't mind being outside and being around a bunch of guys, this is a great way for a woman to earn a new living. The current carpenter wage for a journeyman is $34.25 an hour.
As the apprentices continued their carpentry work at the training center in Reno, temperatures had warmed up out at the McCarran Ranch site on the Truckee River, and the foundation work was being completed.
What you're seeing right now is the pouring of the foundation for the shade structure. The sonotube has been placed and it is filled with concrete now, and the apprentices are finishing up the process of getting the concrete where it's supposed to go. The next step will be to assemble the wooden pieces of the structure using this as a base to set a foundation to set it upon.
But before the building could be constructed, the foundation would need to be fortified.
What we're doing here today is the columns have been poured and we're now backfilling around the columns. They're about 8 feet deep, and the reason that this is such an important step is the structure itself is prone to high winds in this canyon that come through. No one knows exactly when or how strong, so they've actually over-engineered this structure to incorporate the high winds as well as occasional flooding. Just this past January or February we had a bit of flooding, and exactly where the